I want to talk about hair. My hair. The hair on my head, not anywhere else. I'm not a monster. I've had hair for as long as I can remember, and for as long as I can remember, it's just sort of sat there. It's not really much you can do in terms of styling it because it's just too fine. And over the years, lots of my friends have had views on my hair, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. But I do remember my first proper girlfriend being absolutely horrified when she came with me to the barbers back in my hometown and saw them cut my hair because she said they gave me a little boy's haircut. I mean, actually, she was completely correct, and I never went back. But wherever I've got my hair cut, it hasn't made a huge difference. It just sort of always ends up just like this. My friend Warren, who I went to school with and later worked with for a while as well, used to say that I could get away with anything because of my hair. He'd say that people would just look at me and say, "Oh, Dan, floppy hair, blue eyes, oh, he's all right." And I'd be able to get away with anything. Whereas he, who had much less hair, would get into far more trouble. Now, I suppose on the one hand, yes, my youthful looks and winning smile probably did help get me out of the very few scrapes I ever got in. But then again, I was also a good boy. I towed the line. Warren was a maverick. He used to get in trouble because he'd throw away the milk bottles at work instead of taking them downstairs to be returned to the milkman. That was on him. In the interests of research, I asked some of my friends to send me their thoughts about my hair this week, and I've got some of their responses here. My friend Jim described it as like Jarvis Cocker crossed with Kurt Cobain. That's unexpectedly kind from him, but he did put a sort of line on the end which was in bad taste. This is a family show, I can't read that bit out, unfortunately. My friend Sarah described it as a sleek, silky weave that lays upon my head like a dandy's golden handkerchief. Very well put, Sarah. My dear friend Andy wrote, Dan's hair is the floppiest, softest hair I have ever seen or could ever imagine seeing. I expect the description before this used the word floppy. It didn't, but it wasn't far off. And the one after this also uses the word floppy. I have never seen it longer or shorter than it is now. It just exists, and it always has done. I mean, beautifully written from Andy. And then my friend Mark, who, when I work with him, he insists that actually me and the entire team actually call him Marksman or the Marksman. He says, he sent basically a piece of poetry. I've always felt the Trelford tresses had a timeless quality. They could quite easily have flowed elegantly off the head of a fey dandy from Brighthead Revisited, or equally at home atop the bonds of a medieval dung-dwelling peasant. The only other people to have ever had this quality in their locks, in my view, are Edison Cavani, Claudio Caniggia and Jimmy Nail. I mean, just a lovely bit of writing. And then finally I had this from German Cup-winning Twitch legend Robbie Knox. Robbie said, you have achieved the rare feat of having the same haircut for the 25 years I've known you, and it's somehow not once coming into fashion. Robbie is, of course, absolutely right. As these photos show, I've had pretty much the same haircut, just at slightly different lengths, my entire life. This photo here, just to explain that sort of weird mark there. The day before school photos, me and my brother had been having a boxing match at home, one glove each because we only had one pair. And I ducked a blow and managed to headbutt the wooden edge of our old TV, so that's what happened there. But I would love to have a different kind of hairstyle, but my hair, as Andy said, is just so floppy, it just doesn't do anything else. And my dearest wish is for my hair to be like Byung-Hun Lee in Korean Western, The Good, The Bad, The Weird. I'd love it to be like this, but it's just not going to work. My hair's just too fine and too floppy. couple of years ago, I wanted to have quite a cool haircut where it'd be very, very short at the sides with my hair sort of overhanging. And I went to my hairdresser and suggested this. His name's Bocky. You may remember him from my How to Have a Haircut video. And Bocky very kindly broke it to me that I've actually got a very small head and I need a bit of hair there to sort of give it a bit of weight and shape. So, you know, I'm trapped with this hairstyle. All I can really do is have a side parting one side or the other, or curtains of slightly different lengths. That's the cross I have to bear. Still, despite comments from people like Robbie about how unfashionable my hair is, I do actually get quite a lot of nice comments about my hair in YouTube comments, both on my videos and when I appear on Robbie's videos. And I often get asked about my hair care regime. So, let me deal with that question for you right now. I keep it simple, with simple shampoo. Simple conditioner at the weekends. But why am I going on about my hair? Well, in the comments to last week's vlog, loyal subscriber Christoph said, "In the next vlog, get your son to cut your hair. It's getting serious now, Dan." And of course, Christoph is right. I haven't had my hair cut for months and months thanks to lockdown. Now, initially I dismissed this as a ridiculous idea, a really terrible one that I didn't want any part of. But then I did start to think, and two things occurred to me. First one is that I'm not going to be able to get my hair cut in any other way for the next few weeks because of lockdown. And the second one was that it's Comic Relief in March. And maybe I could earn a bit of money for charity and get a haircut at the same time. So yeah, I mean, it's a possibility. I don't want to do this because as much as other people mock my hair, I do quite like it. But let's see what Leo thinks before we go ahead. Leo, just come in here. So Christoph, one of our viewers, has suggested that it might be fun for you to cut my hair for Comic Relief. Now, before you make your decision, I just want to say you do not have to do this. This is totally up to you. I don't want you to...
Yay, I'm gonna cut your hair! Yay,
think about
I'm gonna cut your hair! I'm gonna make a mohawk! I'm gonna dye it pinkish red! Yeah!
Well, he seems quite keen. I'm not quite sold though. Whether I do this depends on your reaction. So what I want you to do in the form of likes or comments down below is let me know whether you think this is a good idea and something you want to see, and whether you would donate money to Comic Relief to see it. If enough of you do that, on Monday the 15th of March, 4 days before Red Nose Day, I will put up the vlog of Leo, my 7.5-year-old son, cutting my hair however he wants. Not shaving my head, by the way. Anyone can do that. That's fine, just shaving the head. It's nothing. He can cut my hair however he wants, and I promise I will live with it at least for a few days. I won't, if it is a complete mess, I might shave it after a while, but I will live with it. I promise. I'll let you know my decision next week. Goodbye.
Oh, I'm dizzy!
Oh, me too.